Hey y'all, it's Chris with Rockin Farm, and I wanted to get a quick video out to you this week. It was looking like I wasn't going to get anything out at all, but I just decided, you know what, let's go out, do a little brief update on the farm, and kind of also explain why I'm late this week and why we're just kind of throwing something together. When I say throwing something together, y'all, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to shoot this video right here on my iPhone 11 Pro. I'm going to jump into my iMovie app on my iPhone 11 Pro. I'm going to edit it real quick, and then I'm going to drop it over into my YouTube application on my iPhone 11 Pro. And in case the people didn't hear me over at Apple, I'm doing all this on my iPhone 11 Pro. Then we'll get that video out to you as soon as we possibly can. So what has had me so busy? Well, I've been really busy working on a project that I'm going to describe a little bit more in a minute. I've been shooting a ton of video, reshooting video. It's been windy as heck. Of course, now that I've already turned in the video and I'm shooting video right now, there's no wind at all because that is how my life works, y'all. So, got a whole bunch of video shot, got it all edited, got it all over to the project creators, and now I am spent, like I'm really tired and stuff. We have been doing some projects on the farm. They're not the types of projects that I necessarily typically film, so I'll give you a couple of shots of what we've had going on. Update on what's going on in the farm. The garden is going through a big transition right now. What does that mean? It means everything is dying. I mean, maybe not quite, but kind of close. So like tomatoes are kind of like, yo, we're tired. We've been working really hard for a really long time. So I think we're kind of done now. So we're kind of transitioning into some of our more fall type crops. The squash is pretty much done. The only reason, I mean, it's like the leaves look all wilty and it's just like, it's done. The only reason it's still in the ground is because we're using it as shade. So I'm watering the heck out of that bed, using the leaves to give it some shade, create that little microclimate so I can get some more seedlings to come up. So we're kind of going through that transition where it's hot, it's dry. The vegetables that have been in the ground since April 1st of this year are just kind of getting done. So we're re-sowing a little bit of a second crop of some of these vegetables, throwing a few more things in and kind of waiting for cooler weather so we can really put in that fall into early winter garden. The okra, I've had to cut about half of the okra out. One of the things that a lot of people don't know if you don't grow okra, when it gets to be 8 or 9 feet tall, the quality of the okra drops off like you wouldn't believe. So I've cut out all of my great big plants that were making my garden look so pretty, but it is what it is. It's just that time of year. The peppers are banging right now, which is why I'm really glad I froze so many tomatoes, because right now, like, nothing comes on at the same time, at least not here in Central Texas. So when the tomatoes were banging, the peppers were 4 inches tall. And now that the tomatoes are like, excuse me, sir, we're done. The peppers are like, yeah, let's do this, doggy. And we've got peppers coming out our ears, y'all. So we take those tomatoes out of the freezer. We took those fresh peppers off the plant. We grab those onions from under the carport, and we got salsa, y'all. So it's just a matter of taking all of your seasonal stuff and getting it all combined, and then we'll get it all processed when we have time. So we've been doing a lot of stuff. Now, in addition to all of that, some of the other things that we've been doing is, y'all might remember over there in the garden, I had a whole bunch of trees along the fence, and I had those trees potted and I was letting them grow, had them in the garden so I wouldn't forget about them, and I forgot about them. I mean, I didn't forget about them. They were getting water, but those poor little trees started getting really root bound. I had two choices: go through all the effort of repotting them into 15-gallon buckets and then having to dig big 15-gallon bucket holes in the fall, or just start getting them in the ground now. So we put a whole bunch of cactus over in my wife's cactus garden, and then I also planted 6 of these little bald cypress trees. These things are going to be awesome, y'all. So I'm going to have to supplement some water to them because this creek bed right here, it doesn't run year round. Cypress love the water, and that's why they grow along rivers and creek beds. So we're going to have to definitely supplement some water to these if we really want them to do well. But my hopes for these little guys is that in the summer months, they are going to be gorgeous and huge and gigantic and offer all kinds of shade to my creek. And then in the winter time, they're going to lose all those little needles and they're going to let lots of sunlight in. I'm kind of planting these. Not only do I love the tree, not only would they probably exist on this creek naturally if it wasn't for people doing things like putting in dams and diverting water and all the stuff that we human beings like to do so that we can have electricity and not have flooding. They would probably be on this creek bed naturally, but the reason I want to get them in here is because A, they're beautiful, and B, they're kind of a retirement thing for me, because by the time these things get nice and big, I'll be about 75 years old. And in the event that I really need some cash, y'all, cypress wood sells like you wouldn't believe. So hopefully I never have to cut these beautiful trees down. But if I ever do have to, I mean, we're talking cypress logs going for thousands of dollars. So we've been getting all these trees in the ground. We've been getting cactus in the ground. We've been working in the garden and trying to convert over from summer to fall. And I've been working on my project. So Chris, what is this project you speak of? Well, we were asked to take part in, not really so much ask, like I begged and they said yes. I think that would be a better definition of what happened. So there is a really cool website. It is greendreamproject.org. First of all, I want every single person who follows me and watches my videos to go over to greendreamproject.org. I'm telling you right now, I want all 6 of you to go over to greendreamproject.org and check out the website. It's a really cool nonprofit going on in Southern Arizona. That's right, AZ represent. And Jim and Jessica are over there in Southern Arizona. They're living off grid. They're doing everything in a very permaculture fashion. They're trying to use the land to their benefit while not just taking from the land. And they're definitely offering back, doing some really cool stuff over there that has to do with sustainability and homesteading and permaculture. And I'm telling you right now, like if we still lived in Arizona, if my wife and I were in Southern Arizona, I would be over at Jim and Jessica's house every single solitary weekend, drinking a beer and watching them work, because y'all, they work way too hard. I'm too old now. Like I that kind of energy, it left me like 15 years ago, but I would definitely be there just rooting them on. I'd be like, go Jim, go Jess, you can do it. Fill those bags with soil. I'm telling you, I would. Every weekend. Be there every weekend. Cheering them on. But great people putting together a great project. So you need to go to greendreamproject.org. Then you're going to look for the link for the 2020 Greensteading Summit. 2020 Greensteading Summit is a whole bunch of permaculture folk. Those permaculture folk are doing videos. Those permaculture folk are giving interviews. We've got like authors. We've got big names in permaculture. We've got all kinds of YouTube channels, big YouTube channels, little YouTube channels. But it's a great opportunity for people that are interested in regenerative agriculture, farming, homesteading, etc., to kind of go get a look at how people do it all across the country, and in some instances, I believe, different parts of the world. I am really super excited to be a part of it, and I definitely want people to go over and support the channel. So when you go to the website, you'll get a link to the Greensteading Summit. That's actually just taking place on Jim and Jess's YouTube channel, the Green Dream Project YouTube channel. And it'll give you an opportunity to kind of jump in over the course of this week-long event and watch various videos and kind of see how other people are doing stuff. Y'all, there's some pretty big names on here. I mean, if you know anything about regenerative agriculture or pasture poultry or something like that, you're probably familiar with the name Joel Salatin. Oh my gosh, it's Joel! It's Joel! Sorry about that. I just had a little fanboy moment. I'm telling you, if you know anything about permaculture at all, you've heard the name Joel Salatin. So I am super honored to be part of a project that includes a name like that, y'all. Y'all are also going to be able to see some really cool YouTube channels like my buddy Jack over at the Mindful Homestead. Oh my God, it's Jack! Jack! Sorry, y'all, I'm a fan of his too. So again, if you are a friend of mine, if you are a supporter of mine, then I need you to get over there and support me that way. In addition to working hard on the video, we've also been putting out some new merch on our site, y'all. Got the new t-shirt here, rocking the new t-shirt. Y'all know I'm just a redneck permaculture hippie. That's right, y'all. And you can find that new merch at our Teespring store. That's linked below all of our videos, including this video right here. So make sure you go check out the merch, y'all. It's a good way to support our farm, and you get something to wear too. Go check out the new merch. Go check out the videos. Check out the summit. And y'all, Until I see y'all again, be happy and live healthy.